The many ways of opening up the Civivi McKenna. Let's unbox this knife and get my thoughts on it. Alright, so today on Blade District, we are going to unbox a new front flipper. Not new in the sense of it's a new Civivi, but it's new to me. My first front flipper I got, and I wouldn't say first, but honestly, it's the first when things started becoming popular. I had a front flipper back in the day. It was the Boker, I forget, it starts with an E. I'll put it on screen just for like a reference. I don't have it anymore. I sold it. I remember it was like super difficult. I got it and I was like, I'm not like used to it. That's before front flippers were kind of a thing. Very few knives had them. Then this was like the first front flipper that I got that actually like I got used to it and got good at it. When I first got it, kind of sucked at it. And then we got these two, the Petrified Fish Mini Beluga, which I have another unboxing I'll post up here. I actually really like this guy. It's not the easiest to front flip because it's so small, but once you get a hang of it, it's actually really nice. And the fuller is nice as well because you can use that if you don't want to use the front flipper. You could also slow roll it with the fuller. Then we got this little baby mini, this shook everything with a little earthquake. This little baby one, the CJRB Malia, which was one of the easiest to deploy and one of the smoothest. It's smaller, but it just rockets out and it's so drop shutty. I have an unboxing of this with a bunch of other small knives comparison. I'll link that up here as well. And now we're gonna get into the Civivi McKenna, which I've heard is a very easy front flipper to manipulate. We'll see what I think about that because I've had my issues with front flippers. So let's take a look. Let's grab one of the knives I just put away. We'll just grab this guy, the biggest one. All right, let's just get in here. Try not to cut ourselves. Come on. Trying to do this through a camera is never fun. Well, that did not line up, even though I just felt like to keep going with that. All right, we'll figure this out. Let's go. That's cut enough. So this is the all black G10 variation. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. I have a lot of new knife unboxings coming, especially some Kaisers, because I did go crazy during our Father's Day sale. We're going to do some giveaways as well into the future. So be sure to subscribe. Oh, look at that. No stickers this time. I guess that means it is an older model. If you're interested in knife unboxings, that is, subscribe and, let me get your thoughts in the comments below. All right, let's check this guy out. He's apparently super small, super light, and he's also super thin. So this is kind of that knife that could be, if you're going somewhere, you're wearing, fancy pants. Sounds funny wearing fancy pants. Hey, it's a fancy pants knife that you rock when you're wearing your fancy pants. If you're wearing like dress pants or something and you want something super thin, because damn, this is pretty thin and it is very light, then this might be a nice knife. And if you don't want to hand someone a knife and they know how to open it, most people are going to see this and be like, what do I do? Like they don't understand this. Well, the detent seems pretty weak, so you could pull that. But having the weak detent could benefit us or not benefit us. First, let's look at this guy, because aesthetically, it has a lot going on. It's not a simple, so to say, handle design. It's pretty unique, to say the least. It's pretty unique. You could tell it's a reversible pocket clip already. It is a deep style variant clip, but not deep carry in the sense that, you're probably going to have about that much sticking up. Super, super light. Before we do anything, let's get the scale out. This guy is light. I think he's just like an ounce and change. I don't even know if he breaks 2. Let's see. Let me look under. 1.76. That is light. So if you're looking for a light knife, 1.76, not bad. All right, let's give it a first flick. I already have a good feeling about this. It literally reminds me of this, but just smaller. And I don't mean the knife itself, but just, you see the flipper? This is different as far as the actual top. But the flipper itself, it's the design of it. So let's see. Too much anticipation here, both for probably you guys and myself. Ready, set, Okay, I'll say right now, it is easy, but the D10 is too light. Okay, you know what? I'm getting used to it a little bit more. That was a quick getting used to. This really is one of the easiest ones to manipulate. I would not mind a little bit stronger D10. I'm going to say that right now. It's just like so easy to just, like, look at that. I'm barely touching it. And it comes out. It's smooth. And that's what's allowing it to really fly out, even though the D10 isn't strong. Honestly, I got to say, man, if you don't have a front flipper and you have been debating on one, but you don't know if you're going to like it or not, ideally you'd want to get one with multiple deployment methods. But if you want to get a dedicated front flipper, I would highly suggest this. Coming from me, someone who's had a few front flippers, this is one that I have never failed so far on camera right now, except literally just showing how light the D10 is. It is very similar, I'm going to take it out again, to this one in the way it flips, but you could hear and see. This one, there's no failing really, because once you're past it, it goes with force. Like, ready? I'm going to go light, light, light. Come on. Like, that's breaking the D10, and the only reason why it's not open is because it's hitting my skin. This just has a stronger D10. But honestly, I wouldn't mind this with a little bit of a stronger D10. Besides that, super smooth for such a light blade. Can we do one of these guys? Since the D10 is light, I would think so. Yeah. Yep. D10 is super light on this. You don't need... See, I personally can't do this with a lot of front flippers. Having smaller, skinnier fingers, it's hard to wrap around there. But since the D10 is light, you know, it's got its pluses and minuses, I guess. So, let's check out this blade because it is... looks like a really slicey blade. I like how it drops down. It's going to have a lot of good cutting ability with that point. Doesn't come up too far. The handle, like I said, it's very, the aesthetics of it's very different. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just let you guys get a visual of it. It's very different than what you normally see. Feels great in the hand. No jimping up here. This is more to me like a light duty knife. And for a light duty knife, this is gonna do the trick. No matter how you want to open it, you want to use this finger. Come on. Since the D10 is so light, you don't have to worry about holding the knife so hard. It just kind of comes out on its own, which is not that bad. And then that is something that I honestly never did on any knife ever. This is the first knife I've ever done this on. Probably because I was never able to do that. With stronger D10s, it's harder. And with smaller fingers, it's not the easiest. But you know what? I'm really starting to like this guy. Between being able to do this way, and then closing it, and being able to open it this way, and then being able to just literally just hold it up here and pull it back. You can hold it with two hands, do a little bit of that. It feels nice. It feels nice in the hand. Oops. We got an alarm going off. Let me stop that. Now, what kind of blade steel do we have? Civivi and their famous hiding. Is it D2 or 9CR? Oh, and I remember, rest in peace to the designer of this knife. He, I believe, recently passed in the past couple months. I forget exactly how to pronounce his name, but I believe that was him. That's his logo, and Isham? I'm not sure, so I apologize for that. But let's see, did they? Blade steel, blade steel, blade steel. Civivi likes to hide it, and unless they did a really good job hiding it, or they just did not put it on this one. I will put that info right here. I will put the blade steel and the blade length. Blade steel, blade length, price. I might be wrong, but I think they're discontinued. If I'm wrong, I'll put that on screen. If not, I believe these are being discontinued. So if you're interested in one, now would be the time to pick one up. I still think a tiny bit stronger D10 might have been better, but you know what? The more I play with this, the more I think this lighter D10 just works with this style knife. Being a smaller knife. Oh, you could even slow roll that way. Look at that. That's how you know D10 is pretty light. But yeah, this is a very unique knife with multiple opening methods, and I gotta say, one of the easiest for a front flipper. A lot of times you gotta go directly on the side, but with this one, you can very easily push it kind of inward. As long as you don't have your skin or anything in the way, you can kind of go a little more inward to do that. So being so light, did they do any milling in here? They did. It is hard to see because there is a full backspacer that literally rides almost, wow, almost the entire top. So I don't have a flashlight near. Oh, I do have a flashlight nearby. Just kidding. Can we look in there? Yeah. So we got lots of milling in there. Flashlight's barely working. How about the other side? Looks like we might, yeah, looks like we got some in the back there too. Keeping that weight down to, did I say 1 point whatever. Put it on screen, super, super light. Lock up, let's see, we'll do one hard open. Right there, it's looking good. How about if we just do like a slow roll? Still looking good. Now let's take a peek. I'm gonna measure this myself. I wanna see how thin this is. That's 0, oop, on. All right, let's see. This guy's thin. 0.39 inches, which is 10.10 millimeters. Maybe 10.9, yeah, not 10.10 now, I'm moving it around. So real quick, after I turned off the camera, I tried something and it worked. There's one more way to open this knife, and you wouldn't think it's even possible because this is pretty shiny, there's no coating on it, and you do not have a lot of area to connect your finger on there. But guess what? You could reverse flick it. Maybe not everybody, but as you saw, that thing came out with authority. And I could pretty much do it any time. You just have to, for me at least, with the skin of your fingers, I just gotta really shove it back there. It's not even the nail, it's just the meat of my finger. I put the nail, well, I got no nails because I bite them, but you know what I'm saying. Put the meat right there, and then you can flick it open like that. So this thing, literally, you could flick it open. You could do it that way. If you want to do it with 2 hands, you could roll it over the top. You could just do normal like this. After you close it, you could do this rollover, which, come on, there we go. There's just so many different ways to open this knife. It's actually pretty crazy. And I didn't try this yet, but let's see, ready? Yep, you could do that too. So the many, many ways of opening a Civivi McKenna. So that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead, subscribe for upcoming giveaways and more knife content. Give it a like, comment below, let me know what you think about this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.